Well. I'm all for Russia, and I am, you know, very honest about it. I know Russia did bad things in the past. Communist government did a lot of bad things. That happens when you have totalitarian governments and with an ideology. And what is happening now in the European Union? A more subtle, but it's not like in your face, like extermination of millions of people, but there is a more subtle way, economic way. People kill themselves because of economical reasons, and they don't speak about that, and they dismiss them as, deranged people. They don't have the stamina to withstand an economic crisis, or they don't even have statistics about that. People don't have children, so that's not a direct culling, so to speak, of the population, but an indirect. People don't have money to have children, and what happens? They substitute them they replace with newcomers. Then I don't want to come around as racist, but there are states, and you cannot just from overnight change the whole structure, racial and cultural structure of a nation. That doesn't happen without consequences. Let's see what happened in Britannia. It became England, and northern part of America, it became the United States of America. It was populated by Indians, native. So it's never just without consequences what happens in population moving from one place to another place. Russia is one of the few states that have the guts and the stamina to withstand, to oppose this mondial, globalization, which is in a way, let's speak out. It's a global swindle, a global financial mighty powers swindle. So what happens now? We're attacking the Russian economy. That is strictly interlinked with the European economy. So Europe is gone. Europe, and when I say not European Union, but European states are going against their own interests. Why? Because the almighty American government, I don't speak about America or United States, because I'm all for American people. American people, for the most part, are victims of this. A lot of wealth goes to these multinationals, grants, whatever, but not to the real American that getting, they get. You're living in a richer states most of other countries, but let's speak out, is not as rich as we think it is. I live there, and a lot of people are poor and get crumbs of the this American dream. So they're attacking Russia, and there is a more subtle way of attacking a country. They're not attacking with military power. This is international way they did in Italy, and they get rid of Berlusconi with someone who's even worse than Berlusconi. But at the time, he sounded like the savior of the fatherland. Well, the situation like this. Ukraine is getting closer to Europe and NATO, and that is grounds for likely exacerbation of the situation, and probable, likely in the things, global Third World War. Well, I've been told this is prophecies, or by a person who comes for the future, not John Titor. It sounds like, what is that? It's like a crazy thing. But you never know the reality, what the reality is. Reality is can be weirdest than our weirdest and wildest dream. Well, we're approaching 2015, and the prophecy is there will be a global war in this time, in a timeline. It just sounds like Star Trek. But in a timeline, there will be a global war in 2015. But that timeline were civil unrest and civil war in the United States. And that hasn't been on that scale. So I don't know. I keep an open mind. But I still think that they're messing with the wrong guy. Russia. I don't know. Till now, every time they mess with Russia, people who did it, yeah, they didn't come on top. Well, they lost. See Napoleon, see Russia, see, Germany. So their history repeats itself? Maybe. Oh, is there a bluff? It's called brinksmanship. So, up to now, we didn't have a global nuclear war. What does it mean? That history shows us that reality is not as black as people think it is. Oh, well, we got away with it until now. Maybe we're not going to. We were lucky till now. Maybe we'll not be lucky anymore. We ran out of luck. So there are two ways of facing what's going on. Well, you should expect the worst in order to avoid it. And, well, is a nuclear weapon coming? Will a nuclear weapon come to Rome or on the European capital? Sounds like science fiction. Well, situation makes for a global thermonuclear war. Unless we change everything, the risk is always there. I don't say we are bound to go there. There is a high risk. It's like you eat bad things and you have a risk of cancer. Stop eating bad things. Or eat them, not as often as like red meat or other things. Well, we shouldn't mess with Russia. We shouldn't mess with Ukraine. And America is doing that. Behind all that is America and their interests. And not America, all these, profiteers. Why? We need a global revolution. If we all uprise at the same moment, they can't do anything. But if they do their way, they're going to attack and one by one, like 12 Indians with Agatha Christie. Now the blame is on Russia. Well, Russia is supposed to be a superpower and is a counterbalance to the United States. It wasn't for a long time. It has become now. United States are doing the worst things they could do with a president that is supposed to be something different. Well, that happens. You have a good face to make a very bad politics. Well, that's the situation, and all these people who are for Europe and they see Russia as a bad guy, just speaking of propaganda. Yes, there's Russian propaganda, but you live here and you don't speak English, you don't speak Russian, and you just speak your fucking French language, Italian language, Spanish language, whatever you speak, you're exposed to propaganda. Not just Russian propaganda. But Russia was not messing with us. It's America meddles with internal affairs of European Union. Russia is a commercial partner of Europe. So the final thing is I'm all for Russia. Russia is no saint. They did bad things in Chechnya, but now is the lesser evil. Well, so now I'm all for Russia. Goodbye.